Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. So taking flights in the Airbus A321 on flights from here in Prague to Naples. So about an hour and 50 odd minutes flight time today, nice and, well, a nice flight time there, it's just under 2 hours, and hopefully should be quite a scenic route indeed. So today taking our first look at the soon to release ORBX Prague airport. So Prague Václav Havel airport. It released by ORBX on the 11th of June, 11th of January, February even, 11th of February. And the guys at ORBX were like, hey Drawyah, would you like to have to go early? And I was like, yes please. It's a beautiful, beautiful city, and so I chance to kind of look at the airports and its surroundings in a bit of detail before it comes out later this week. So it comes out on Friday. So a massive thank you to ORBX, give me the opportunity to preview it early, just to kind of look at the detailed scenery, what it includes, before it comes out in a couple of days' time. So set the aircraft up. As we go through the setup process, we'll have a look at the airport scenery, have a look at it in detail, and kind of take our first look at what the airport has to include. But listen, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this. Again, a massive, massive, massive thank you to ORBX for giving us the opportunity to take a look at it today. Thanks to Flight. Welcome, Evers. Got slight hiccups there, sorry. So I'm hoping I'm going to try and beat that very shortly. Right, so we're jetway to the aircraft as well. And let's have a first look at the aircraft in detail. So jet bridge moves into position. Let's get going. So first things first, batteries are already online. Activate external power. Set the 3 ADAs to nav. On the emergency lights. Show that's automatic. Correction supply sets. No smoking on. So we are making use of the A321 from ProjectMegaPack. This is using the FlyByWire stable version. So this uses a slightly older version, but it does work rather good. So again, we don't get any passenger views, but everything else should work without too many problems for us today. Like I said, the A321 is a fun little aircraft to fly, even with the slightly backdated version of the aeroplane. Right, it's down to FMS, GC. Initialization, departure of Lima Kilo, Papa Romeo. Arriving at Lima, India, Romeo, November. Our flight number today is going to be Whiskey 6 8424. We'll align the IRS, that'll take a couple of minutes. Cost next today, grab that from the flight plan. Cost next is going to be 15. We're cruising altitude of level 350, 35,000 feet. Our 0 sense of gravity, we will calculate from the aircraft. So we'll do the fueling first and then we'll do the calculations. Right, turn on both our tablets. Hold that up and running. So how are you today, chat? Hope you're keeping well. David, you had your training tonight, very good. Luca, do you remember you from Heathrow? You need to remind me every single time you're on the streams. Do you remember me? Is it just me? When the A321 does take even FlyByWire isn't load up for you. For me, it works alright, Superfly. There is an update on the Flights Not 2 website for the compatibility mod, so just double check if Sim's up to date with the aircraft and the compatibility pack. Right, so do our fuel next. So our required fuel amount today is 8306, we'll say 8350. Start fueling. Payload from the FMS. We'll request that all from SimBrief. So, LTD menu, Atsu AOC. We will do the weight and balance. Next page. Request from SimBrief and load. We'll do our weather request, send, wait a few minutes for that to arrive, and while we wait, start the passenger boarding process. So departing from Prague, arriving at Naples, Whiskey 6 8424, 35,000 cruise, flight time 1 hour and 30 minutes, departure and approximately, so we'll say departing at 20 past, so we'll say 26 minutes, flying A321, with a passenger count of 173 today, 173. There's no Wi-Fi, no entertainment, no board music. I've got a Wizz Air safety briefing. Do get snacks, no meal service, and with that, let's start the passenger boarding process, shall we? Cool. just right into the centre of panels here. Print out our weather request. You put A250, A350. Ah, okay. Let me just check the fuel now. Thanks for that, Superfly. Good spots. Good spots. So what do I do about you guys? Apart from fly with 300 kilos less fuel than I wanted. Right, that starts loading again. Head up to our flight plan and let's upgrade our waypoints. Starting off with quite a few points today. Starting off with Voz. From Voz we fly direct to Nellora, so actually since that's going to go direct to Nellora. In database, you sure about that? Oh sorry, Nelpa, sorry. I hope I can spell it right. From Nelpa we then fly to Pisam. Then it's direct to Havel. Then it's Radley. Database apparently. Romeo Alpha Delta Lima Yankee. Romeo Alpha Delta Lima Yankee. Try that one more time. If not, we'll carry on. Not that time. After Radley, we go to Darza. Spelled correctly, of course. D-A-R-Z-A. Darza, we go direct to Abita. Still can't spell. There we go. Abita actually went in that time. And Abita direct to Xamit. Xamit to Sutop. Sutop to Isodu. Sodu to Ekmil. And then finally, Flying Airway, Mike 736. Yep, we actually got airways today. Mike 736 to Arica. And then it's Zulu 910 to Ipcam. And that is finally the end of our route. So, quite a few waypoints today. It took a few minutes to get this all set up, but that is our flight plan all set and dusted. Flight time about 1 hour and 21 minutes according to the FMS. Flight director on and on. Looks like we're going to be in Unicom for departure today, so we shall set up Unicom for our departure routes. Apparently online, just myself and a EasyJet's departure to Gatwick very shortly. Right, that's our flight plan set. Passengers are staying on the aircraft. Greet passengers now. Okay, so that all done with. Good afternoon. On board this Wizz Air flight 8424 from Prague to flying to Naples. Flight time today about 1 hour and 30 minutes. Just setting up the aircraft and should hopefully be in the air within the next 22 minutes or so. We thank you for flying with Wizz Air today. We hope you enjoy flying us on board. Looking at clear skies on the way out, potentially a few clouds on the way in, but we'll update you on the weather as we get closer to our destination. I'd like to thank you for flying with us today. Any questions, please have a crew. Sit back, relax, enjoy your flights. Thank you. Yeah, so this is because we're using 321, we're using the stable version of the Flyby, which is essentially a more bare bones aircraft. But with the experimental version, they now have included CPS DLC as well as the top of descent indicator and VNav. So this weekend we'll fly the A321 again. Sorry, fly the A320 again. And with that, we'll take a full look at the onboard systems. But I thought today we'll fly the A321, why not? So I haven't done it in a couple of weeks, so it'd be good to look back to it again. But yes, if you go to the experimental version of FlyByWire, the A320neo, the aircraft has got all the extras built in. Why so late? Because I have a life outside of streaming. Unfortunately, you don't want to, Walton. You can just go away if you want. I'm not forcing you to be here, dude. Right. So Yaris is lining. We'll plug another departure since there's no ATC online at the moment, so it'll be on Unicom. So departing on runway 24 via the VOS 3 Alpha departure. Insert that. Should be good to go, and that should fly directly outside VOS and Alpha PSAM. So forth. Perfect. We'll grab the ground charts for the flight as well. Which does help Unicom for planned routing out as well. We'll fly from Simbrief, that's that. Departure, open charts list. We've got our SIDS first for the VOS 3 Alpha. So departure routes, heading towards the southwest, and then turn left towards southeast using VOS ESSR exit waypoints. Grab our taxi charts. So stand Charlie 27. Sorry, Charlie 32, I believe that's right. Charlie 32. We'll use the correct parts. Here we go. 27. So it was Charlie 27. Charlie 27 is our current stand. And then we'll get the taxi charts for the airports, which is going to be this one. Pin that. So departing back on to pushing back onto what way is this? Just 3. Okay, right, based on that then. Right, so I see 3. That's Wingspan. Oh, I should know what taxi this is, must admit. Hotel 1, there you go. Taxi on Hotel 1. And then to get to the runway 22, which is over here, so 24. So Hotel 2, continue along Hotel onto Alpha, holding Alpha. So Hotel 2, Hotel. Hotel 2, Hotel, Alpha, holding Alpha 2. Stands 27, Charlie 27, VOS 3 Alpha departure. Transition altitude on our departure route is going to be 5,000 feet. Initial climb will be altitude of 6,000 feet, sorry, 5,000 feet. Which is already set, perfect. Now listen to the me target up performance for departure.
Winds 210 at 7 knots. Temperature 6 degrees Celsius. Dew point 3 degrees Celsius.
Thanks, Jamie. You have a good night, dude. Take care.
Altimeter 1025. Broken layer.
Since 1025, I've got a high one tonight.
Winds 210 at 7 knots. Temperature.
Alright, so that's our METAR sets. That's fine. Yeah, so basically CPDLC, it's mainly used when flying transatlantic or over long distances where there's no control tower. Essentially it's like a text version of ATC, standard ATC, so it's, you use text to communicate. This is the panel down here which we'll use for it. So I'll be brightness and dimness, messages send and receive, print out messages send you can then respond like yes, no, maybe, so, whatever. So it's basically like a text version of ATC that you can then use on the little panel down there below. It's a pretty smart little system. I'll go into that in more detail on the next stream when we fly the 320 Neo. Right, increase the brightness of our display here. Passengers have boarded, so we're going to turn on the APU. Seatbelt sign on. And while that starts, let's have a look at the airport, shall we? So this is ORBX Prague. It releases on the 11th of May, so it comes out on Friday. Yeah, I mean, in terms of scenery, it includes the full airports plus 21 custom points of interest. So essentially, as you go towards the Prague City Centre, it includes like the well, it includes all your landmarks. So you've got the Moscow University Hospital. You've got the Hvezda Summer Pavilion. You've got Hornbach Prague. You've got the Setska Shopping Centre. You've got all your major buildings in the area. And also, they've got custom ortho scenery as well. So if you go to Sleep Center, instead of using default scenery, it's all custom ortho 3D buildings. And it does look rather good. So potentially with parts, we'll be left hand side and have a look at the city behind us. But honestly, it does look rather look good. This Prague as a city is fantastic. So that's two of my list places to go to. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? It's not. There's a few minor things like I guess the sign's in the wrong place. Apart from that, everything else looks pretty good. Custom mesh as well on the ground, so all the scenery's kind of been modded around the airports to look really good. Okay, so I've got an EasyJet. There you go. That's an EasyJet going towards Gatwick Airport very shortly. You've got all your freight and all your warehouse depots. It does look rather good. This. I don't know the price for this one. I believe it'll be the kind of standard 20 25 Australian dollars mark. But to be fair, ORBX products have always been rather well priced. Fair enough, they look like $25, $30, but got to remember they're Australian dollars. They actually do balance out quite nicely, especially in euro and pound sterling. But it's nice at the airports. Lots of detail to it. I do rather like it. So I'll definitely find that at Prague fairly often. Add to the list of airports, so I do cover more often on this channel. And they've got plenty of things. You've got Ryanair flights in out of there as soon as PMDG releases, and a few Ryanair ups out of there. EasyJet do a few flights, Wizz Air do a few flights. And your control tower at Prague. Kind of standard Eastern European design, that. They go towards city centre. City centre is just to the east of here. So let's go towards the city. Rather than using standard, there you go. Rather than using kind of standard auto-gen, they have gone for more of the photogrammetry, which is 3D model buildings. As you can see below. Okay, kind of a bit too far from the city centre itself, but the details do start to come into view. So as you depart, we'll have out the window, so you try to spot some of the city and the points of interest on the way out. There you go. That's Prague for you. Not a bad little airport. This does it rather good. That's the one that will be flying in and out of fairly often. Oop, aircraft just coming in there. That is on the map, shall we? That's it. So an A330 that's just landed here from Basel. I presume. Oh no, the scenery's not too dissimilar. If I can understand, I guess. There's an A330 coming from Basel. And that's EasyJet, A994, go back to London Gatwick very shortly in there, 320 Neo. And it's us, A321 from from Prague to Naples, Napoli. I'm tired. I'm always tired. Right, show flight. Again, massive thank you to ORBX for give a chance to look at the airport early. APB set. Yes, I will plan to Concord when it comes out. Superflight, definitely have a look at that. How does FlyByWire work? You get a weird texture and windshield when down the compatibility mod. I mean, I downloaded the compatibility mod about 2 hours ago, so this is a fresh new compatibility mod. They updated it a couple of days ago. It does work. Yeah, so the Concord will use the A320 FMS, not the inertial reference system INS, which is what they use in real life. Which is a shame. I wouldn't mind of having the proper aircraft setup, but that's what they're going for at the moment, and therefore I have to stick with it for now. Right, so we're going to use the A320 port calculator. Fair enough, flying an A321 or A320, but I don't think it'll be too dissimilar between two aircraft for takeoff anyway. Lima Kilo Papa Romeo. So this is the tool being developed by EasyJet Sim pilots. Not released yet, but he has given us early access to it, which I do also really appreciate. Does it rather good, this. So, get on the task. QNH1025, temperature outside is 6 degrees centigrade, winds are 208 knots, currently dry conditions, anti-ice will be off. Our takeoff weight in tons is going to be 75. Centre of gravity is reported, in fact, that from the initialisation now. Got the aircraft sorted out, so that goes there, that goes, not allowed. Okay, we'll do put 8.3. Centre of gravity 28.8, so quite far back on the aircraft today. 28.8. Flex temp, takeoff, config 1 flaps, PACX will be on, and calculates the VREFs. So V1 156, V2 157, sorry 157 157, V2 158. Flight 761 config flaps 1. So we're going to get that all calculated into our performance for takeoff today. 157, 157, 158. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet, was it? Yes, 5,000 feet. Flex temp 61. Section should be quite handy. Flaps 1 for takeoff. And now have it performance set. Aircraft is good to go. So now it's on Unicon. They're going to push back from stand. And let's get ourselves a grounds tug. Wrong one. This one. There we go, PushbackZoomer. Ground from flight deck. Request pushback.
Pushback request confirmed.
Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 30 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed.
All mods in description, Swales. All mods in description. Which ones are you having difficulties with? Let me know, I can tell where to get them from. 321 FlyByWire. I've done a tutorial on that to Zocopita. And a tutorial on how to download it for those who don't quite know. It's not a difficult process. Just takes a little bit of setup to do. Well, not really setup, just kind of download 2 mods. One from FlightControlReplay, one from the GitHub. That's about it, really. So FlightControlReplay has been developed by EasyX and Pilot. It's not yet released for right. As soon as it releases, I'll give you the link for it. That tool there has not yet released. Ground from flight deck.
Good afternoon. All checks are done, so please release brakes.
Brakes released.
And off we go.
Turn facing west.
Let me turn you to a western course.
Tight on this.
You may begin starting the engines, Captain.
Engine 2 starts. Stop the pushback.
Okay, I'm stopping now. Please tell when the parking brakes are set.
Brakes set.
Okay, have a nice flight.
So I do really like the startup sounds of this aircraft. It does sound really, really good. In fact, the audio for 21's really, really good full stop. So yes, the MegaPack A321 always worked, Patrick's. Always worked. It never stopped working. You just had no compatibility mod for it. So ORBX Prague, Captain Czech, comes out on Friday. I've got this early access release from ORBX. This is the downloading. Well, here's the link for it when it comes out. It releases on Friday, the 11th. So it releases in 2 days. This is early access, and again, massive thank you to ORBX. We give a chance to exit early. Engine 1 can now start. Engine 2 is stabilised. Test controls. Copilot mod, here we go again. It's the voice issue of Windows I've got. For some reason Windows never quite did voice properly. Test controls. Compatibility mod, Half-Life Not 2. Same one I've been using this entire time, this one. Right, controls set, thank you very much. Flaps position 1. Engine 1 is available. Turn off the ignition. We announce our taxi intentions over Unicom. Taxi lights set, APU off, and we are good to go. Brake released. Increase the throttle slightly. Switch down emergency windshield is set to automatic, and our transponder will be set to descend and altitude. I'm right, Oliver. I'm not too bad. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to chat. Hope you're doing alright, dude. So as we taxi to the runway here at Prague, and if you have a chance to kind of look at the scenery also up close as we taxi the long way around. So the airport was last renovated, I believe, in 2012. Back in 1930, I believe it was like one of the biggest airports in Europe. So it's grown since then, but 2012 was the last major upgrade to this airport, where I believe they extended and modernised a lot of the tunnel and exteriors. Comes out on Friday, 9:0. No release dates yet. Comes out on Friday. Oh yeah, well I remember the others. I can never remember the... I always forget either beacon lights or strobe lights. Whenever I fly, I always forget one or the other. I'll never learn. Never learn. Yes, I did super flight. I have loaded SID. That's part of my FMS checks. They've got an A330 stand, fair enough. They've more than matched an A330 freighter for the airport stand, but you've got an A330 stand there. Potentially, you may even see the EasyJet taxi over to the runway as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, so the EasyJet's also just pushed back from the stand now, so we're behind the EasyJet on our own departure routes. We'll keep an eye on them on both the ATC and the... there you go. They are moving now. Right, also brake sets to max, signs are set, cabin check. We will arm the spoilers. Flaps are set for takeoff, takeoff for test. Yeah, so I remember the A320 needs to bring it down to flaps position 2. Back on yourself, position 1, because it loads the slats, not the flaps. And that's what causes the alarm to sound. So if now press takeoff config normal, we are good to go. This is why you have co-pilots in chat. As always, you have us. As always. People outside the airport there. And taxiing to no man's land. So now leaving the passenger channel bit, we're crossing in towards the freight part of Prague Airport. So we'll see the control tower just peeking over the top of everything over there. Quite an old control tower, that's one of the older facilities of the airport. So the terminal's been renovated. The freight and cargo bit, that's completely brand new. Menzies operating the majority of the cargo in and out of Prague. But the control tower, I think it was built in like 1970s, 1980s, so actually going back to like... Let's go back to a lot of communist construction kind of... What's the word? Influence. Back when the Soviet Union kind of operated a lot of countries in the eastern part of Europe. Right, so we're going to hold position at Alpha. We'll be behind the EasyJet on takeoff today. Cool. So we've got another minute and a half or so to departure. Let the EasyJet get off the ground first, and then we'll make our own departure. So it's a nice looking airport, this at Prague. It's an in-house development at ORBX, so it's not like third party such as Guy Simulation's doing it. This is all ORBX in-house. 5 box update, thank you very much. Let these get parts, and then we'll look at our own parts routes. Taxi position hold. Cabin crew, seats for departure please. Seats for departure. Increase throttle and enter the runway. Nope, I already checked home email. But I've already answered this question, how to download it. They're just ignoring me in chat, so no point replying to you, dude. Not the fastest runway in the world, the others, but certainly fun at one takeoff. Runway 22, I believe, is the longest runway at the airports. You can only put flaps 2 landing 321. Yes, so we're using flaps 3 for landing today, easy fly. Only ever use flaps 4 and 321 if it's a particularly slow airport to approach into. Our transponder's active. Right, so the aircraft fronts are now gone. Got a minute or so separation. Takeoff. Manflex 61. SRS. Runway. Thrust blue. Throttle set, 80 knots. Yeah, don't forget the chrono, thank you Dan. On 20. V1 rotates. Climb, gear up. There we have it. That's up. Minor bit of turbulence, nothing you can not handle. The left hand turn to climb position. Autopilot on. Ourselves then. Right, autopilot set, make sure that your speed, heading and altitude set. There's no ATCs, we'll set the altitude straight to our cruising altitude, which will be an level of 3.5. Yeah, 321 definitely works. We're using it right now, definitely works. Set altitude, flight level 350.
Flight level 350.
Definitely works. I've done a tutorial how to download it. Ain't the most difficult aircraft in the world to get going. Just requires you to download it in 2 parts: the aircraft and the cockpits. We'll reset our ground spoilers. Be back to flight plan page. Passing to 5000, set the altimeter to standard. And the aircraft will climb out. top screen Python, that's FlyLive Studio at top. FlyLive Studio. There's no 380 release yet, Fanny, so there's nothing for me to fly yet. And there's no release at PMDG737, Captain Czech, otherwise you'd know it by now. It'll be all over the news sites everywhere, flights.com, FS Elite, everywhere. So once our climb out. F21 operating rather good so far, no complaints yet. Operationally it's sound, nothing really wrong with it. So now to download it, it's not difficult to get going. Yes, this is the MegaPack A321. Jeff, this is the MegaPack A321. If you want to know how to download it, so I've already done a tutorial on how to do it. Here you go, this is the link for it there. If you don't know how to download A321, that right there is the tutorial link. Not a difficult process. There's a few steps to it. Passing through 10,000, just off the landing lights. And with our departure pretty much from the straight line out, 80 miles an hour until it gets to Carvel, make a right hand turn. We'll probably turn off seatbelt sign very shortly, and now the aircraft to keep going to its own. There's no TC at the moment, Marco. There was some ATC there. There was some ATC kind of to our south, Prague radar. Problem is, it doesn't actually cover Prague itself, it goes all the way around, so we may kind of get the southern tip of it. Prague radar, but I very much doubt it. We're making a left-hand turn and fly overhead Vienna. So our destination is Naples, which is kind of mid-Italy. There you go. We actually have 80 at the moment, 12 minutes online. Potentially got 80 on the arrival today, but on the way out, unless we cut across the airspace here at Prague radar, we're pretty much a quiet flight tonight. Strobe set to automatic. And to go, strobe set to automatic. Off, auto, on. Right. We'll turn off the seatbelt sign now, give passenger freedoms back. Let's go through the cabin, shall we? Let's see who's on board. Any names are recognised, give us a shout, and we'll see who we spot. I don't think there'll be too many people on board today that I will recognise, but you never know, some chat maybe it's got someone. Someone really obvious stands out. Understands, nobody I personally recognise yet. Nope. 173 people on board today, so we're mostly full. There are a few empty seats dotted around the aircraft here and there, but for the most part, we have got a relatively full aircraft. No empty rows. A few rows where it's kind of just like one person on their own. One there, one there. Another person sitting there on their own, another person there on their own. So you've got a few people sitting on their own today. Apart from that, let's say mostly for aircraft. Take care, Dan. You have good nights. Passing through 20,000 now. So if I go through our flight plan on our Volanta, see, parted on the VOS 3 Alpha departure, end up at the VOS waypoints, make a right turn to Nelpa, left back towards Kovel, and at Kovel we then start flying kind of towards the, well, fly towards Italy, and virtually direct path down. So actually we do a fair bit of flying to the east, away from Naples, because Naples and Prague are pretty much on the same north-south longitude here. Fly to the east slightly, and cutting ourselves, fly heading west towards Naples. A screenshot here from Global Aviation. It's a nice screenshot of that, Eurowings. That is FS, no, Sexton, I believe. That'll be flight factor. It's definitely not Microsoft Flight Sim, unless they've got the Phoenix Sim testing. What are you in? Yeah, X-Plane 11 they're in, X-Plane 11. No screenshots there. Let's take a picture of this guy. Oof. They are some nice pictures, aren't they? 747. Maybe, yeah, very nice there, very nice. A couple of biz jets as well. Modelling departing out of Vienna. So yeah, 173 passengers each flight, 173 passengers out of the 239 seats. So we're just over 2/3 full, about 3/4 full, about 3/4 full today. Take care, Charlie. Yeah, have a good night, dude. So according to our FMS, about 1 hour and 10 minutes expected arrival. With 1:18 on the clock, we are currently about 8 minutes ahead of schedule, so fingers crossed, that's pretty good for our timing. Looking at a slight, well, kind of crosswind of 59 knots at Nelpa, making a left-hand turn, that brings us onto a tailwind. Should give us a bit of a push towards Kovel, and at that point on, essentially a crosswind all the rest of the way towards Naples. As for the weather on arrival, we printed a sheet off and we actually looked at it, didn't we? Oh, apologies, tired. Yeah, this little sheet never actually looked at it. Ah yes, that's why, because the the ink has run out. So that's one thing you get the MegaPack 320, is that 321, sorry, is that the ink, the printer, doesn't actually work. Everything else is fine, it's just a printer. So on the arrival, there's variable winds at 1 knot. Clouds visibility okay, 5 grade 2.1, PNH 1030. So okay, high pressure, but there's no clouds reported, and basically no wind. So I'll take that. There's no wind, no problem. It's actually quite a smooth approach today then. As we get closer to the arrival, we'll give passengers the update to be like, hey there, no winds, nice smooth landing, enjoy. Pretty much. What's the game? But it kept going into mandatory updates. Don't know what's wrong with any ideas. If it's the same mandatory, yeah, if it's mandatory updates for Random 5 means you've got to update the sim. Microsoft Flight Sim releases every month a sim update or world update. You have to update it in order to carry on the sim. So, what can I suggest for you to get sim working? Update it. Simple as I'm afraid. Update the sim, and then you can work it. We're at 10% of the way there, 90% of the way to go. 1 out of 10 there. But, yeah, as always, the A321 does perform well. Microsoft Flight Sim MegaPack has done a pretty good job with the aircraft until they disbanded, which is a shame because they were doing a fair job with their aeroplanes. But ultimately, they just couldn't get the team to work together strong enough, and it all kind of went downhill from there. So it is a shame. I did have a lot of faith in these developers, but sadly, it just wasn't to be. But what they have left behind is a pretty decent aircraft, and I've had no real problems with at all in its development life. So you'll see where it's a bit cold over there, some snow still on the ground. For the most part, snow is slowly melting across Europe. I've got a few mountains over there. That'll be the kind of the eastern edge of the Alps. At this point, we get towards flatter ground. Just got an airport down below that. Not what airport that is, but it's obviously like a stand in the runway just off it as well. I use Navigraph, not Navigraph. I use SimBrief for flight planning, Javon. I use Navigraph for charts and mapping, but I use SimBrief for my flight plans. SimBrief. Right, so now it's 35,000. Now it's our cruising altitude for today. Just wait for the A320, I think it's 320 and 77 PMDG. We'll give 700 and after 6 weeks the 800. Yes, that's the plan of things, pilots. So PMDG will release the 737-700 first, then you'll wait about 6 weeks or so until we get the 800 release. Finish Sim doing the 320 of course. You've got the A220 by Synaptic coming, you've got the Concorde by DC Designs, you've also got the, you've also got the TFDi design MD11 on the way. So there's a lot of projects out there, so that's a lot on the way. Just got to make sure that we had time really to look at them when it comes. But I am excited for future Microsoft Flight Sim. Certainly this year, 2022, we should see quite a lot of the fancier add-ons start to come into to view. Well, Christopher, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Let's chat to Tally today. How are you? Airbus A310, yes, good to remember that. And Airbus A310 also on the way. They released a few previous screenshots of it, and again, it does look rather good indeed. So an aircraft we'll have to check out as soon as it drops. It's exciting the future Microsoft Flight Sim. So 2020 it released. 2021 was kind of the first year to enjoy what we've got. Plus FlyByWire stepping in to really build the sim up. And 2022 going to be the year of all the third-party big add-ons starting to come into our view. It's going to be a good year for Flight Sim. It's going to be a really good year for Flight Sim this. Hopefully the Flight Sim show will not be cancelled, so in October time, get a chance to actually hang out with all the developers, see what they're setting up for release. Should be good. Should be really good. Got a few screenshots coming up to Volanta now. Got the departure at Prague. Slowly building up as we continue our trip down south. So we're at Dusseldorf. That's alright. Where is that? That is Gravity. I've not heard of Gravity before. Not that I'm aware of. That's Tolis 321, so next plane. Well, I'm familiar with, must admit. Gee, back in April, it's 79 flights. That's had a very boring month for this person, Marcel. StarLinesVouch.org, fair enough. Yeah, they must have had a very boring month. Back in April. Where's your flights list? Go to April, shall we? 25th, 1, 2, 3. So they're doing about 3 flights a day the entire month. 4 flights on the 27th, 28th, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 flights on the 28th. So they don't think fly every single day. They just decided, you know what, let's fly 3, 4 flights a day for the sake of I like flying on flight sim. A321 all the way, and they're not short flights either. It's like what, an hour and 19, 43 minutes, 2 hours 18. 37 minutes, an hour 22, 2 hours, 2:01. So they're not like short flights entirely. Just decided to really push flights in, that's what. Hours, 527 hours on this profile, 527 compared to my 833. They are averaging about 10 flights a month or so, some more, some less. Last month, January, did 16. This month so far, I'm 3, it's number 4. Have I watched the World Cup? The World Cup was last year. No, it wasn't. That was the Euros. World Cup was like 4 years ago. Chris, you're a bit late there. Captain Hawk Gaming, how you doing? Welcome to chat. Hi today, dude. How you doing? Good morning from Australia. Welcome, Jeffries. How you doing? Welcome to the channel and to chats. So doing a flight from Washington, Baltimore to TPA. That is, I know the airport TPA, that is not Toronto Pearson, that is, what is that, TPA? TPA. It's going to annoy me now. Don't tell me, Salty, I'll try to remember it. Jefferson's good for charts, website, but Navigraph. I'm aware of Jefferson, never pronounced that one. Well aware of them, they are very good for their charts. Yes. You have us recovered from COVID, very good, dude. Glad you're back in health. Oh, the Club World Cup. Yes, the who did we play again? Al something. Al Hilal. 1-0. Fair enough. Wasn't our best game in the world, but we'll take it. Move on from there. Tampa. That's the one. I said, don't tell me, Christian. Yes, Tampa. That's it. Flew into Tampa not too long ago. Quite sim. That's why I was on the tip of my tongue there. Yeah, so far so good. Aircraft's performing well. We're in our cruise. It's actually quite calm on the ground. And the snow has continued to settle for a bit. So there's some turbulence as well coming up as we drive over the mountains, or at least the foothills of the Alps. Some minor wake turbulence we'll spot on the way through. Just about to head from Brisbane to Cairns and Jetstar. Very nice, Jeffries. Do enjoy it. I do plan to do a flight in Australia on Saturday. So Saturday morning we'll do a stream and do a flight in. Don't know about the route or aircraft yet, but we'll do a flight definitely in Australia. Probably fly the A320neo, of course, because that's also got the fancy updates to it, which likely means Jetstar will be our very own choice. It's coming Saturday. Should be fair. Last time we flew Jetstar on flight sim was a long while ago now. Jetstar we flew 320, 320, 320 flights back in May 21. We last flew Jetstar, so yeah, fair enough. It's been a while since we last flew them. I'm not sure what these are. I like it. Yeah, so 3 flights in it. All down in Australia. Oh, it's a nice livery. No doubt about that. It's a nice old livery, this. Yeah, to be honest, like the A321, it seemed to stretch out for you. Also, the engine's a bit too long if you judge. To be fair, the A321 engine, well, these are IE engines, I believe. I need to program in these now, especially the IEs. Yeah, I mean that's just standard CFM56s. Whoops, CFM56s for this. No, sorry, CFM International. That's different. These are. I cannot remember the name for these. The designation for these. Let me just double check in the FMS. There you go. IE V2533s. There you go. IE V2533s. So that's just the engine shape, to be fair. Playing golf next to Brisbane yesterday. In arrival, you could actually see the driving fair enough. So, internet decided to have a quick heart attack there. Should still be live. The answer is yes, yes we are. So, internet decided, nope, gonna stop for about 5 seconds and concap, now we're alright. How's head moving? Is that an add-on? Nope, which head moving, Tasty? The what, this bit? Or the drone cam? Which head moving are you referring to, Tasty? Or are you referring to FS Realistic? Which, yes, FS Realistic is a mod. There's a couple of mods I'm using. Well, one mod I'm using. Cameras themselves are defaults. Do I use any specific performance calculator for FlexTemp? Yes, Sam. I use the calculator being developed at the moment by EasyJet and Pilot. Not yet released, but Flex2 is what it's called. This is what it looks like. Still in development, not yet released. But as soon as it releases, I'll give you the name for it in the download link. But for now, this is what I'm using. If I'm using like an A330, then instead of using the A320 performance calculator, then I will use a different tool called where is it? TPC, which I'll use. To be fair, this one includes the A321 as an aircraft type, which I probably should use today. But yes, I've used A320 performance calculator for A320 or TPC to take a performance calculator for either the A321, 19 or 330 or 340 aircrafts. Two tools depending on what's my use case is. Oh yeah, so the head movement, Tasty, that is FS Realistic. Power mod, about 12 quid. And that's what I use for the head moving. So head shake should just be a... Well, it really depends. It could be ambient, it could be part of turbulence, it could be part of whatever. So, a few options there that actually make the actual head to head to shake. No, Sam, what's able to help? Any plans for this upcoming carnival holiday? Which carnival holiday, Chris? How's it sitting next, like, you in a plane, Drawyah? You tend to be annoying people. I just sit down and fly like a normal person. Just sit down, look out the window, or go to sleep. No point in being annoying, especially when you're all going to be stuck together in the same airplane for a little while. I'm alright, Dim. I'm not too bad. How are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat. How are you today? A321 Nate, you can get it off of the... Well, there's two mods you need to download. One is the GitHub, the other one is the aircraft itself. This is the tutorial for it. Simple to download, only takes about 10 minutes or so to set up and fly. Not difficult by any means. No release date for DC Design Concorde yet, Lewis. You'd know about it by now if they announced it, because it'll be on the news sites. There's no release dates yet for Concorde, no release date for PMDG 77, no release dates for the 787 from Quality Wings, no release date for the Phoenix 2020, no release dates for anything yet. You'd know it, as they'd announced it already if they did. You're so excited you didn't realise they had one, and it's FlyByWire, which is even better. So this is using the stable version of FlyByWire, so not using experimental, not using dev, it's using stable version of FlyByWire, but it does the job without too many problems. It uses the old version of the FlyPad, so do it under two kind of UIs. Apart from that, it does all the jobs, it does all the tricks and chips and tricks and... I'm too tired, I'm talking about my own words. Does all of the... something in tricks, I've never thought the old terminology there. The only thing that doesn't work is a printer. It just prints out a white blank piece of paper. Apart from that, everything else is pretty much a-okay. Tips and tricks is what I'm trying to say, but doesn't apply in that sentence pretty much. Because clear skies, weather's looking absolutely sublime today. Not particularly warm, about 5-6 degrees on the ground, but certainly clear skies today to enjoy it. So we're getting about 4 minutes on our flight today, so we're doing pretty good for timing. Yeah, I'll get some sleep tonight, Chris, anyway. I've just finished 2 weeks of early shifts. I'm now moving on to my late shifts as of tomorrow, so I'm going to get myself ready for that. No native A321s yet, Travelographer. No native A321s yet. This is a convert model from FSX, yes you are right, but sadly nothing being developed natively just yet. Until we get one though, this will do tricks. It's not perfect to make out 321, it's not perfect by any means, but as a stopgap it does the job. It's not groundbreaking, but it's a 321, it flies, it has FlyByWire. What more do you want basically? There's no passenger window views. Well, the one thing it really misses out on, the window views. But everything else does the trick. So you see our destination down top of the ND there. Not the longest flight in the world or so. "44 minutes or so to landing, 44 minutes ish. Must be nice to finish with early turns. Well, I don't mind the early turns so much, Chris. It's mainly just a case of having to wake up at 3:40 in the morning for 7 days in a row, and then to do that twice is even more of a killer. But it's not too bad at the end of the day. It's not too bad. You finish by 2. Well, you finish by 3 o'clock. Get out about 3:40, so not terrible. Could be worse. Just got to remember to go to bed early. Because you've got to wake up again tomorrow. Next day it's 3:40. Yeah, the 3900 is pretty good, Sam. They've slowed down the kind of rate of updates. So it used to be like updates every other day. They're now kind of slowed down to maybe updates once a month or so. But they are still working on the aircraft's headwind simulations. They are working on the airplane. no plans to give it up just yet. It's looking really good so far. So we'll continue to watch the progress of that one. But sadly, the MegaPack A330, that aircraft's now pretty much dead in the water. Nothing else really coming from that. So we'll have to make do with the 31300 Neo for now, which is not a bad option. Not a bad model. It does the job. We flew it quite recently from where did we fly to? Melbourne to Cairns 330. So they flew that off this quite recently. Not bad aircrafts. We've done 747 quite recently as well. Did 747 from London to Seoul. We did the 787 fly from Heathrow to Los Angeles, and then just kind of pause that aircraft to fix out the slight vertical speed issue that airplane has. So when we got top of Zen, we got a bit sticky from there. It's not bad by any means. Next long hauler, probably next Friday. Maybe next Friday, we'll see. Got a few days off work next week, so I'm doing 4 days of late. So I'm working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then next week I've got a few days off, so we'll see how that kind of also sorts around out as well. But we'll try and do long haul flight next week. Next Friday, maybe next Saturday, we'll see. But long haul, try and do on next week. Welcome Kuki, how are you doing? I'm trying to chat to you today. Hope you're well. Which the A321 looks better in Flight Sim. As I said earlier on, it's not a perfect model worker, it's not a perfect model, but it does the job for now. So this is the FSX default 321, which, okay, again, not the best looking model in the world, but it does the job for a temporary stopgap. It does the job, not the best in the world, but I'm not going to fuss about it too much. It's not particularly glitched. Yeah, no, the A330 worked absolutely fine for me, Salty. I mean, I did a long haul flight with it from Sydney to Honolulu on January 31st, on December 31st. I did a short haul flight with it last weekend. Actually, it was last week, even last Wednesday, so it's not glitched or anything. The model works absolutely fine for me, 330. To be fair, I've been quite fortunate with most airplanes, seem to work without too many problems for most parts. I mean, I do get glitches and issues, but they are kind of rare and far between for me, so I have been quite fortunate with how aircraft run. I've not personally anything wrong with 330, at least from my point of view. And that was always performs rather well for me. Both MegaPack and the headwind models. Another Series Flight 787. Turn time, watch tutorials, start that one. And good luck with it, yeah. It's not a difficult aircraft to fly, the 787. As ever, need to practice it and learn to fly the basics, but it ain't difficult. Also, crash test for small haul flights. GZ Weckhart. Well, you got the autosave, don't you? Have you sorted out the autosaves from Volanta? Because for me, they work without any problems. So right now, last autosave was how many minutes ago? A few seconds ago, there you go. So 34,941 feet, 499 ground knots. Just sort of saves every 5 minutes or so. Keeps the flight running steady for me. Saves a cloud. I don't know why I said that one's a cloud, but saved the others as a cloud. Now housing through Slovenia. Very shortly into Croatia, using Croatia over the Adriatic Sea, and cut across Italy, landing at Napoli. Works now, but who wants to have to do that? True, yes, sim should work absolutely fine. Until the sim stops crashing, it's a temporary fix, but it does a blimmin' good job at it. Oh yeah, Tolis 321 is fantastic, Captain Sim. I do not deny that at all. Captain Sim's Tolis is 21, fantastic little aircraft. Sorry, Captain Sim, nothing to do with Captain Sim. If you want to do a flight, do short flights from Aruba to Curacao or Bonaire to Curacao. Just under an hour in the air on the Twin Otter. Which airlines operate it? Yeah, starting a few bumps on the way today, Christian. A bit of turbulence from the ground. Kicking up. That's the mountains for you. It's not been terrible. Thoughts of Volanta Premium, is it worth the money? So, like I said, I do need to put a disclaimer in that I didn't pay for the Volanta Premium, this was provided by ORBX. But is it worth the money? I mean, for me, I did say in the stream, like, before I even got it, like, you know what, I'm probably going to buy it because of the autosaves. Now, 2 days later, it was like, hey Drawyah, would you like it? I was like, yes please. But, no, for me, the things that I find most useful are certainly the autosaves for long-haul flights. If you have standard version of Volanta, you only get 3 screenshots at 1080p. In my case, well, I get unlimited screenshots up to 4K, which I upload. But also, whenever I'm planning my flights, if I want like flight numbers and routings, go to schedules. What I can now do also is set up a route. For example, when I was planning the stream, I set up Prague departure points. I searched for Wizz Air, so airline types Wizz Air, and duration between 1 and 2 hours. And so that's how I plan my flight today to Naples, using this exact thing. So from Prague in a Wizz Air aircraft from 1 to 2 hours long. And so I do find that really handy for planning your streams. So for example, let's set an airport. Let's say it's Copenhagen. Get rid of the other searches. So Copenhagen. So I want to fly for maybe 2 to 3 hours. And I want to do it in a, I don't know, say a 737. So I'm going to explain. So what I've now got is a list of all flights between 2 and 3 hours in a 737 out of Copenhagen. So I've got a few options between Norwegian, Ryanair, and that's it. 1 Norwegian flights and a couple of Ryanair flights. It's handy to have. As you wish, since you've got sceneries installed for, since you've got Microsoft Flight Scenery installed for Copenhagen and Dublin actually, got both destination arrival there. It is handy to have a look into. So yeah, I like Volanta Premium. Like, as I said, it's like 2 days before I got it from ORBX, I just sent a stream. I'm going to buy Volanta Premium because it's just handy to have, but they beat me to it. Do you know if WindShear is implemented in Flight Sim? So WindShear is implemented, Sam. It's just not necessarily called out by the MCDU or the FMS or the aircraft's warning systems. But WindShears and microbursts can be simulated in the weather effects in the sim. So far so good, Draven, so far. Welcome to the channel, on chat today. I'm not talking right now. I'm talking, you'll be able to hear me talking. Steve Gaming. You download the site 747 and it doesn't show up in your aircraft. Yes, it just replaces default 747, the Salty. Just replaces default 747. You know it works properly if you can turn on the RS switches. The RS switches in the 747 by default are in the nav position, they don't work. But if you're flying the Salty sim, then I won't touch it because it'll mess up the navigation, but they'll be set in the off position, off, and you can twist them into nav manually. That's kind of the easiest way to check if it works or not. How to go and service Microsoft Flight Sim 20? So I just use a mod. So for pushback, I use Better Pushback, which is PushbackZoomer. I use normally Better Pushback's for X-Plane. So I use Pushback, which is this, which is a voice commands tool for pushback. For the rest of it, I use Pushback Helper, which is this. So the jet bridge, the tugs, the fuels, the doors, emergency doors, cargo doors, brake, parking brake. So this is what I use for kind of getting jet bridge to connect and get the fuel truck or whatever. Otherwise, for the pushback, I use PushbackZoomer, which actually speaks to ground crew. So that's using voice commands. So ground from flight deck, press pushback, brakes released, turn facing north, south, east, west, or turn left, turn right. Stop the pushback, release brake, target, set brake, brake, and all that stuff. So that's what I use for the ground services. Again, better pushback, of course, and explaining just the best ways to do things. But until we get GSX, which is in development, until we get GSX, then that will have to do for now. Yes, J-Cup, now flying over Croatia. Everyone's favourite coastline hog. Now flying over Croatia. I've never dabbed in my life, Zine. I've never dabbed in my life. Never have, I never will. Never, never, ever, ever. Toolbar pushback I had installed for a little while, start shake up. Let me wish my data's turned off. I had that internet connection problem earlier on. Yes, all fine apart from your track. Yeah, that's fine, cool. Yeah, I used to have pushback toolbar, but when I reinstalled Sim, I never got around to downloading it again. But it's a good toolbar pushback. If you don't use the voice commands, it's certainly worth having. If anything, it's worth having full stop, so I probably will reinstall it at some point in the not too distant future. Useful muscle launch on the wrong device. To be fair, Zine, you should see my friend's desktop setup. The folders are all over the place. Because I've reinstalled absolutely everything. Right, so we're now over the Adriatic Sea. Some kind of clouds covered to the left there. It's kind of like a foggy haze, really. Which the mountain does do a job in kind of separating, but apart from that, the weather's pretty much clear all around. We'll do weather update as we get closer to our destination. So we'll give passengers an idea of whether it's also an arrival. I'm not expecting really anything to kind of come at us this flight today. It's smooth, as simple as anything. Welcome, Lucy, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Naples, it's in central Italy. Zine, central Italy. So that's our performance based on what we're expecting, which is runway 06 on the IPCAM 1 Quebec arrival. There was ATC at Naples last we checked, yes there is. Who's this flying overhead? You've got a 787 going into Zagreb from Malta. Actually, can you see them on there? Actually, I don't know. Depends on our routing. We'll keep an eye out for them. Potentially, they may fly past. Once you approach, the active runway for arrival is runway 24. So actually, the runway's changed. The runway 24 for arrival. Variable at 2 knots. Has visibility okay. 5 degrees to 32.-0. Connection 1030. So yeah, weather's it's not terrible. Right, it's up approach. So ILS runway 24. A few options there for us to choose from. What's this? Does that still not exist? Interesting. Yeah, IPCAM on Quebec. Fair enough. Right, IPCAM on Quebec, pin that. Yeah, it's basically IPCAM to Vinho, and then just go from there. Approach, right, ILS 24. I mean, my guess will be to Zulu. Most cases it'll be Zulu coming in for a straight approach. Yankee, again, pretty standard stuff for the Yankee. This uses, so yeah, Zulu uses Vinho's waypoint. Yankee comes in via unpop. So Zulu most likely we're only going to use. Papa, Quebec. Yeah, so I'll just stick for the Zulu today, that's fine. Of course it doesn't have a Zulu, does it? Okay, right. Happy one of the let's localizer options. Make this is none approach, sorry, that's ignore me. Right, so yeah, unpops the Romeo Sierra. Sierra uses Romeo November 518 as a Vinho. I'll just pin all three of these and compare the three of them. So, approach, we're using this, IPCAM. IPCAM to Vinho. So that uses Bento, we don't want you, which is Sierra. Bento, which one was it that we're looking at, which actually reads the one we use? Vinho, hang on, Vinho's included. So actually we're going to use the, see that's the Zulu again. No, Sierra, oh sorry, Sierra has Vinho, sorry, ignore that, we'll use Sierra then. So unpin that. IPCAM approach onto the Romeo 24 Sierra. Does have it, I've just been blind. Right, ILS24 Sierra will be the IPCAM to Zulu arrival. So arrival Romeo 24. Probably use sort of choice of Bento or Vinho as our intercepts. I'm using Vinho. So IPCAM, insert that, I'll just confirm that now, so zoom in, plan mode, this one gets a bit funky then, so Niabas to IPCAM, it should be IPCAM to Bento. Clear that. Can I clear it? The answer is probably not. So at that point, will I be given vectors by the ATC, or we'll just vector ourselves? Not too big of a fuss. So IPCAM, was it 2? IPCAM to Zulu. The ILS Romeo 24. Inbound from the north. Go to our performance. Right. Go to meet up for the airport again. That'll be more IVAO whereby. There it says a meter. So, QNH 1030. Temperature is 5 degrees centigrade. Winds reporting, so variable at 2 knots, so we'll just take it the wrong way heading, 24084. Transition altitude 8,000 feet. And our barometer today is going to be 700 feet. I wouldn't make graphs so bad just here. I mean, there's not really much to look at the moment apart from over water. But I don't know, I disagree with what you're saying there. Graphics don't look too bad to me. Master Flight Sim's graphics looking pretty good from my end at least. Team Boeing, Sam. I am Team Boeing. Always have been, always will be. Oh, I use Heavy Division 787 slaps. I've always used Heavy Division 787. Fantastic add-on for the airplane. I used to use the other one, the Hangar 9 aircraft. That one's now retired. Heavy Division is what I use, yes. Yeah, 787XE. Used to be XH back in the day, but XE has replaced it. Was it the way around? XE was the old one, XH is the new one. Yes, SH is Heavy Division, XE was the old one, so back in the day, it used to be the XE mod you used, but now it's the XH, which is the spiritual successor to it. Right, so at some point soon, we'll probably think about upset actually. We've been progressing really well so far. We pop over to the performance calculator, some kind of altitude. We intercept the glide slope at 3,770 feet. Very specific, 3770. So start descent, only 98 miles today. Not very long way down. 98 miles, top descent. 203 to go. 100 miles or so, and then we'll start our descent. Start a few minutes early, I guess. As an Italian, we consider south anything below Rome. Fair enough. There's no central Italy, is there? Just North Italy, South Italy. Fair enough. So yeah. Fly to South Italy then. Napoli, South Italy. Boarding devices, PACX. Can't pronounce the name, sorry. We use PACX. TFDi design PACX. So right ahead of us, that massive lands there. That's all Italy. Very shortly over Italy. I've been alright today, Marco. I've been alright. So let's say last night was my last. Well, yesterday was my last shift of earlies. So this one I just slept for about 9 hours. Went go-karting, and then, yeah, just came home, started the stream. So nice simple day today, not really too much to worry about. Nice and simple. I don't think the Volanta will be launching for Android anytime soon, TG. They've not announced anything about mobile apps in the future, so as far as I'm aware, it will only be on PC. Only on PC. You never know, times can always change, but I don't think ORBX really focused on the mobile apps that add-on, just the Windows side of things. But I do like Volanta, it's a smart little tool, does the job. It's pretty good too. Goes in there, that's in front, flying the A320 there. Very nice. Not sure what you're flying, but landing into Aberdeen right now. What would I take a guess? This is probably 611. It's not an Embraer. It's not a BAE of some sorts. It's a propeller aircraft. Is it the Q400? The answer is... yeah, Q400. DH8D Q400. Dash 8 Q400, yes. Any plans doing the 737 Nebula? Did it on Friday last time, Marco, so yes, I'll fly it again soon. Quite recently flew it last time. Right, so we're about to enter Italy now. We'll be entering near Pescara. Well, between Pescara and Ortona. We enter the mainland. So very shortly we'll get onto frequency 124.35. If you look at our left hand side, there's a couple of aircraft nearby. We've got a 737, a Transaero, Smartwings, sorry. Smartwings and Thomas Cook, TUI, whatever it's called these days. These two are quite close actually, I'll be able to spot each other quite easily. What are you at? 36,000, 42,000, quite a high cruise for that one. For us, they're probably just out of range on the left hand side. Yeah, nothing really for us to look at out there. How far are they? So there's an aircraft to our left at 40 miles away. Well, about 20 miles away they are. 20 miles. A321, hey Mark, this is the MegaPack A321. It's been out for a couple of months now. The MegaPack A321. Quite a few people have it, dude. So, just in front of us, right here you've got the eastern coast of Italy, just down there, the western coast on our favourite boot-shaped nation. There's our mileage, 140 miles to go. Top percent will be in about 30 odd miles. As it's telling me that the top percent will be at 98 miles? 98 miles. I'm going to do another 10 on top of that. It's about 108 or so. Looks like percent today. 108s. I mean, the 321's got decent descent performance, given that it just drops like a rock, but certainly take the time to keep it running steady. And again, we can always reduce the descent rate if need be at the lower altitudes. So, plugged in our performance, we've plugged in our arrival routes. Yeah, whoever said this didn't look ugly, well, you've obviously not seen it. Oh yeah, absolutely driving. I mean, what, 440 knots? Sorry, 461 ground speed at the moment, which is 50 knot tailwind on top of what we're doing at the moment. Yeah, we're doing alright for speeds and winds today. Ah, okay, hang on. Set altitude 7,000.
7,000 feet.
I completely forgot that, yeah, that's not straight mileage. The extra mileage on top of that, okay. We could be a little bit low on percent there. We can always hold if we need to. We'll be alright. Hello gentlemen, a quick update from the flight stack. We've just started up into Naples. We'll be arriving in approximately 20 minutes. Clear skies around us, 5 degrees centigrade weather, so slightly cool, but with no rain, no cloud, no winds reported. Should be a nice and steady arrival into our destination. We will be turning on seatbelt signs very shortly, so if you need to use pilot, please do so now before we lock them for landing. Otherwise, our cabin crew will very shortly pass the aircraft one last time with any final needs. Once again, we'll start our descent and we'll be landing in approximately 20 minutes. Thank you. We're seeing no contrails. Well, it depends. The weather's not. Yeah, this is mainly down to the weather. That mainly down to the weather. We've been pretty fortunate to get away with it. Well, it's just warm enough to have contrails visible. So, Spencer passengers, giving their updates. Start our descent. We'll be landing very, very soon, hopefully. Yeah, no, it's Marco. You take care, dude. Have a good night. I'm alright, Jamie. I am alright. Okay, startup sent into Naples. To Napoli. Landing very, very soon. So there's my SIM card, sorry. Box receiving a nice deal, £12 a month, £25, so 25 gigs. Rating it from 12 gigs. Not that I've ever used it, to be fair, it's just nice to have it in the background if need be. I like Voxy's SIM card network. It's Vodafone. Very nice a few occasions where the signal does drop a little bit, but it's not a bad network by any means. Cool, so I've got 25 gigs, the same £12 a month. Turn on the seatbelt sign now, so the passengers back to their seats. I've tried the whole feature in the A320 Neo, John. This is the A321, which doesn't quite have that feature enabled, so unfortunately, not on this aeroplane. But I have used it in the Neo, yes. It's very, very good to have. Very, very handy indeed. I wonder, can I activate the... what do you call it? VOR after this airport? The answer is... yes, 110.195. So good thing I'm checking this page, because the ILS frequency hasn't imported it manually. So VOR 1095, ILS is 109.5, and of course we'll automatically insert at 235. So that's our VOR 110.95 for Campo di Chino, and then 109.5 the ILS from runway 24. We'll go to contact the ATC. Let's turn in now, 124.35. Good evening, Napoli approach. This is Wizz Air 8424 inbound Nibas, descending through 18,000 feet. Level 180.
And sorry, 424 Naples, good evening, and I see you around here. You can descend level 130.
Descend level 130, Wizz Air 8424, thank you very much.
And with our 8424, we set squat 1000, please.
Reset the foot 1000, Wizz Air 8424. Reset squat 1000.
And with our 8424 Naples radar identified, I heard you much rather prefer an ILS 06 and thus in-free coordinate for the vectors.
Roger that, we will wait for the 06 with 8424. Okay, so potentially
So with
moves.
8424, if you prefer, 06 will be approved. You can expect ILS to Papa 06 via vectors.
Roger that, with 8424, we'll take the runway 06, so expect 06 ILS with vectors with 8424. Okay, so take runway 6 instead. To be fair, has got a nicer approach for us. I put in the number, didn't I? Whiskey 68424. Yeah, so we'll take the runway 06. Got a nicer approach for that, so we'll plug it in for the frequency. Look at 06. Yeah, so over the water. That's very nice. So we'll take that 110.15, and of course 051 11015. That we are slightly high for the runway 24 side. So yeah, 06 probably works in our favour anyway. So we'll do that. I've used the Dan. I've used GIFGAF.
Right heading 230.
Turn right heading 230 Wizz Air 8424. I've used GIFGAF in the past. I've used Virgin Media. I've used Vodafone. But yeah, I've not used EE yet. Hello, Jonathan here with Much Enjoy. Welcome, Jonathan. How are you doing?
Continue to send the level 8, sir.
Continue to send level 80 with Air 424. 1,000 feet set. 2%, just a bit further on. We're about 10 miles on the left hand side when we fly past it. Welcome to Total Aviation, how you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat, how are you today, dude? Runway heading's automatic in the 321 Burco, should be automatic. And he's still insert it into, doesn't actually work. So runway heading 051 doesn't actually do anything. And the course there is for the VOR, so it doesn't matter. Cabin crew, 10 minutes landing, 10 minutes.
5, sir, and you can expect ILS Papa 06 via Oliva.
No worries, turn right heading 250, expects the ILS via Orlima for Wizz Air 8424. So turn right just a little bit more, 250. My guess we're coming in a little bit too close to the runway there, because we're kind of, yeah, so we're kind of flying in on an acute angle to the runway. Some adjustments there. keep on our approach.
Okay, 44% altitude 6,000 feet, option H1030, transition level 80.
Ascends to 6,000 feet, QNH 1030 is 844. Down 6,000, set the altimeter to 1030. The aircraft should reduce 250 knots before it continues to descend any further. Spoilers to help it. And lights set. Is ORBX the programming in Xbox? I presume so, Christian.
Left heading 190 and descent 5,000.
190 and 5,000. Turn left heading 190 and down to 5,000 feet for Wizz Air A321 Wizz. Yeah, so it should be on Xbox, Christian. Generally, ORBX do upload their products to the console, so it should release also on the 11th on the old Xbox, presuming there's no delays on that. So it definitely releases on PC via the ORBX site, ORBX store on the 11th. And I can only guess that it should follow on Xbox pretty much straight away as well. Welcome Charlie, how are you doing? Welcome to chat, how are you today? Oh, it's 5,000 now. I'm just approaching 5,000.
With that 844, you can have send altitude 3,000.
10 altitude 3,000 for Wizz Air A321. Let's go the approach phase on the aircraft now, just to help to slow down. I'm using flaps 3 for landing. Yeah, I'm just a bit more for us using the first stage of flaps. The 38 is fantastic, Charlie. 38 is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely adore it. Graphically, functionally, mechanically, it's all sound. So I've got the 3080 Gaming Pro. It does do a fair job at it. Yes, I am, Total Aviation. Yes, I am. Flaps position 1.
Flaps to 1.
Very shortly it sets left hand turn. Get some insets onto the localizer.
So 8424, we can now turn the left heading 090 on the heading clear down left runway 06.
Turn left heading 090, hold heading clear ILS for runway 06 Wizz Air 844. Right, 090 sets. Clear to set the glide slope localizer as soon as we get there. Flaps position 2. Welcome Vendor, how you doing? On channel chat, how are you today? Get FlightControlReplay loaded. About 30 miles from the airport now. Pretty much bang on the altitude for the localizer glide slope. With the aircraft now be at a position where it can make the left hand turn to intercepts. Localizer set. Approach mode active. Wizz Air 8424, established runway 06.
So 8424, wind variable 1 knot from runway 06, clear to land.
Clear to land, Wizz 8424. Right, we have landing clearance. We'll continue down the glide slope. We'll set our misapproach altitude to 6,000. Set altitude at 6,000. And I'll reset to co-pilot soon. Landing gear down. Sets. Oh, it's in sight. It's not the most centered on it, I must admit, but we'll make those manual adjustments if we need to. Aircraft should now approach, or slow down to its minimum approach speed. Make sure our flaps 3 mode is set. Brake sets to medium. Spoilers armed. Cabin secured. Cabin crew, seats for landing please. Seats for landing.
2,500.
So the autopilot's not quite got us in, so we'll take manual control at this point on. Go to the runway ourselves. like the the IS could have done a little bit better there with the altitude position, but not too far off it. It's nothing you can do by hand. It's actually far enough away from the airport. We don't really need to prepare a miss approach. Adjustments can do by hand. I believe Naples actually has photogrammetry as well. This is all photogrammetry. No autogen. It was one of the very first cities to actually have it implemented in Flight Sim. So I believe when I came 1000 to approach. When I went to the Flight Sim events, it wasn't Flight Sim, it was XO19 I went to, so kind of previewing the sim before it released. I believe Naples was one of the first cities I actually flew through, and that was all photogrammetry. So you got supposed to arrive in 5 seconds, so we're going to be late such on the approach, but hey ho, going to be a few seconds out.
$500, $400, $400, $100 above.
Oh, is it an offset approach? Ah, okay. Well, there you go. That's just me being a dum-dum then. Me being dum-dum. Minimum to continue.
400, 300, 200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard,
Throttle.
10, 5,
Reverse the sets. $100 knots. 80 knots. 60 knots reverses cuts. Not the cleanest last 100 feet, but I'll take it. 156 feet per minute.
8424, you can take the right by your echo, then continue Tango Sierra, standard 17.
Tango Sierra 17. Exit right onto Echo. Continue down Tango Sierra, stand 17 for Wizz Air 8424.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Italy. The local time is 1:50
Flaps
p.m.
up.
and it's currently about 5 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop. And
Let's taxi over to the stand.
caution when opening the overhead bins, as
APU
items
sets.
may have been shifted during the flight.
No lights
This is
off,
your
tax
final
lights
destination.
sets.
Thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we
They're going just yet. I've got a replayed landing, so feel free to watch it from the. Well, it'll be drone cam, but we'll try and position it to the passenger perspective as we can get. But hey ho, what can I say? Wasn't the best landing in the world, but I'll take it. It wasn't a terrible landing. Just got a bit messy, kind of on the pitch there, the last couple of 100 feet. But we got it down, we stuck it down. We landed plenty of runway to keep it going. Charlie made a hydrogen balloon with sodium hydroxide and aluminium foil. Very nice. Also, it's like A321 in daytime as well, because I certainly remember the halogen lights glowing yellow at night. It's been a while since I flew aircraft in the day, I must admit. No, you are right, it was a really good approach there, driving the scenery-wise, the mountains in the background, you had the coast on the approach in as well. Scenery-wise, good approach that. Just me being dum-dum with it being offsets. Good night, Kunalnak. Sorry, Kuntilalnak. Kuntilalnak, do apologise. Good night, dude. You have a good one. Bye bye. Jonathan spread it the butt up. Turn off the Laps 3 modes. APUs are now available. Very good. I'll grab the ground charts quickly for Naples. Standard 17 we've got to park at today. So go to taxi charts, Naples Capo Decino, stand 17. So kind of as we get towards main terminal, just turn to the left, just kind of past the diagonal one. Cool. Whoops, drifted to the left there. Don't do that. I'm from the UK, Gunter Lanak. I'm from the UK. I wish to fly more. Wish to fly more. Did fly like Naples a few weeks ago. Since then, no time for flight. Well, do keep at it, Hendrik. Hopefully, you do find some time soon. So, dude, I do enjoy flying online. IVAO Sim, both good networks. But do you find yourself time, dude? Don't overwork, of course. At the end of the day, work and life is more important than flight simming. Anyway, if you get time for it, then yeah, we do make a return to flight sim when they've got a chance. Right, standard 17 we'll look for. So 13, 14, 15, 16 on the corner. Kill tax lights, not really blinding the ground crews. Slow bringing the aircraft now into the stand.
8424, my very warm welcome to Venice. Was nice having you as a pilot today. Such a good stream.
No problem at all. Thank you very much for popping on, dude. Thank you for bringing us onto the to the ground there.
Yeah, cheers, mate. See you next time in the Italian skies.
Bring it to 17, gently to a halt. Parking brake set. APU lead set. Engines off. And seatbelt signs off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Napoli. Local time right now is approximately come up to, well, 1 AM, obviously not in the sim, it's not 1 AM, but hey ho. And the temperature outside right now is at 5 degrees centigrade. We thank you flying with Wizz Air today. I hope you enjoyed your flight, and we hope to see you again in the very near future. Have a safe on your journey, cabin crew, disarm doors, and cross check please. Thank you for flying with us today. Right, so that's a public address for the cabin. I would of course, let's see if I can get some stairs going. So if I use the in-sim menu for this one, ground services, ground, can we get a ramp going along? Because this is not a jet bridge. Yeah, no ramps available, that's fine. Oh, it's got ramps on the way. Do you have got stairs, do we? Yes, yes we do. So the stairs connects up to the aeroplane. Long time, OT, bit late to see. Yeah, no worries, Luke. Good to have you, dude. Right, let's turn off the beacon lights and strobe lights as well. I should take them off. And the beacon lights, strobe lights, I always just forget. Never ever remember to do them properly every single flight. The scenery is custom, Hannah, yes. So, the scenery here is custom. This came out of MSFS You can find it on Flight Simulator 2, but this one seems to do the trick. I believe it's default assets. Could be wrong, but I believe this is based on default assets. Not a bad scenery by any means. Right, so let's end the cabin disembarkation. Let's have to got our stats. So Wizz Air A321 A321 from Prague to Naples, 1 hour 29 flight time, planned departure 22:19, planned departure 21. Planned arrival at 49, arrived at 51, 173 passengers, 94 satisfaction, landing rate 157, the block time of 1 hour and 46 minutes. Otherwise, positive from the aircrafts. Positive to passengers, all looking pretty good. I want to confirm that's landing. So in terms of landing today, which is in chat right now, this is the landing rates. Just want to confirm from Volanta, the G's of that landing. So 90th person arriving at Naples today. 0.88 G, so actually passengers would have been airborne for a bit there. 1 feet per minute, 139 knots. Yeah, 0.88 G's for touchdown, that's not terrible. Could be worse. Could be better, could be worse. Those pretty standard flights in today. Let's get the Wizz Air out in action as well. Right, so I'm just get to my bow now. Going to finish on Volanta, that's all fine. Disconnected to the PACX, we're all good to go. Let's look at the replay, shall we? So, A321 arrival into Napoli. Going to tempt ourselves with some passenger views, hopefully. Basically, just going to position drone cam into a view that looks alright, I guess. So, there's the only problem with airplanes that you don't really get the passenger views as such. So, okay, this will be our passenger wing view for the left-hand side.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Hang on.
Don't sink.
Got the alarms. So yeah, this is all photogrammetry scenery. This is all kind of 3D model and built into the sim itself, which does look really, really good. So short final. Scenery definitely does sit the scenery around here. So the hill as well, just kind of as the hill raises and lowers, really the ground does come to meet up with you. I think it was either a case of I flared too early or the throttle just a little too late there. There's a touchdown though, there's your reverse thrusts. Not a bad landing that, by any means. Right, and we have back a short final. Position the camera onto the left hand side. Find something similar to look through. So this is now looking down towards the city centre itself, so this will be the very scenic approach to the view. So this is towards the city centre, the coastline. Whoops, very pretty indeed. I believe there's Mount Vesuvius in the background there, Mount Vesuvius. Grounds offline. Couldn't tell. There's no ground. The only ATC right now at Napoli. We've disconnected. They should have ATCs disconnected, for God. Right now, there's no ATC at Naples. All offline. Very short final. And in for the touchdown. Eventually. There we go. So yeah, a bit of a flight there. Like I said, it's only because I idled throttles a bit too early, or I flare a little bit too early as well. Sorry, I idled throttles too late, or I flare too early. The mix of the two today. But otherwise, not terrible by any means. So back over to the tail cam. Very pretty approach to this. Very pretty indeed. Of course, this is scenery-wise, Napoli is certainly one of the nice places. I've not been here in real life. My brother has. Napoli definitely on my list of places to go, but we'll see when I get time to make a trip out here. Very pretty though. Very pretty indeed. And touchdown. Do a quick runway side view, shall we? So go to the touchdown bits. There we go. Set the camera away from the aeroplane. We will disconnect the follow mode. Bring the airplane back a little bit. Short final. We'll do one more replay after this landing gear view, and then we'll bring our stream to an end. So short final on A321. So with this actually we get more of an idea of kind of what we did there, the ground effects, which I say it's either throttles too late, flare too early, and as a result we kind of float it a little bit, drop it onto the runway, which isn't the best way of doing things. It's not a bad way of doing it, but it's not the best. Remember, if you're a channel member, you can request flights. If you're a channel subscriber on Discord, you can. That slight little bounce there as well. A slight little bit. We'll go for landing gear view, I think, as well. Landing gear view, best way to judge. Yeah, if you're a subscriber, then you've also got the option of requesting airports and the airports request thread. Right, let us do one more view, and this will be from the landing gear. Because as I say, feels like a slight little bounce at the very end there. Not much of one, but certainly got an effect in that. So doing a job of keeping the aircraft steady. Not a bad approach again by any means, just again keep the aircraft steady. There's the idle. Yeah, it wasn't the worst landing ever. Slightly on the nose, the flare was a bit off, but we got it down. It was a more than steady landing that. So yeah, swallows out. reverse thrust set, idle, aircraft moves on back to the terminal. So that was a flight from the soon to release ORBX Prague to Napoli. That was the A321 Megapack. That was Wizz Air colours on IVAO. That's it, you rather that. Overall, not a bad flight that. So back again tomorrow over Premiere. I'm going to showcase the Brunswick Games Festive Rails southeastern route there. So that's what I did last Thursday now on my channel. Saturday, Sunday, we'll try and do some flight sim. Probably Microsoft Flight Sim, don't know if we'll do X-Plane or not, but Saturday we'll do a flight in Australia, Sunday on the side. Yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed it. Do take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon for some more flight sim action. And once again, thank you also ORBX for a chance to preview the airport. Prague looking very, very good indeed. So, fingers crossed on release on Friday. If you'll be able to enjoy that yourselves. Once again, I'll drop a link to the ORBX Prague on. Hang on, I'll do it from Google, don't I? Because of course, being Maps is a bit awkward with its links. Yeah, so if you want to download the ORBX Prague, then you can do it from this link here, which it comes out on Friday. Price-wise, no price point yet released, but I believe it will be around the 30-ish Australian dollars mark, 25-30 Australian dollars, so about £15-20, which isn't too bad, about 50-20 euros as well. Also, it includes autogen, closed photogrammetry, includes about 26 landmarks as well. It's a nice looking add-on, so definitely worth a look when it comes out. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one, and have a good night. Bye bye.